following information is shocking. I encourage you to place the video on pause, grab a pen and paper, and take notes. It's a lot in 10 minutes, and we recap at the end so that you can do your own research. If you think this is not in our schools today, you are mistaken. And if you think private schools are protected, they are not. Listen closely to the following information.
You have to look this up yourself to understand what is happening. Predators never tell you their true intentions. Duh. It's always a trick. Internet of Bodies, World Economic Forum, Klaus Schwab, The Great Reset, Davos. Build Back Better is not original to the United States or Biden, and Build Back Better education is not original to Jason Glass. This is a global agenda. And when you look these things up, you will see that for yourself. You don't even have to take my word for it. I've put this together to make it easy for you to navigate the mapping of research you should be doing. Social impact bonds, public-private partnerships, UN Agenda 2030. And unfortunately, that's a lie because it's not 2030. It's not coming up. It's already here. Hosea 4:6, my people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. And as far as I'm concerned, in this day and age, that is a choice. You are making the choice whether you're going to spend time looking this up or if you're going to remain ignorant and your children will not be protected. Anything digital can be altered, censored, deleted, canceled. In the last 2 years, we've seen a president canceled, elections stolen, definitions changed. Personal files in my own Google Drive have been deleted or altered. Gave the date of June 20, 2020. This is not normal, or is it okay? Censorship, channels deleted. The Canadian government is freezing accounts of the Freedom Convoy. They can't use their money in their own bank account that they earned. If it is digital, it can be controlled. Again, look at China. None of this is new. It's just new to you. To understand the function of the data as a governance, because that's where we're headed, you want to research ESG because it's already in our corporations. These are a type of social credit scoring. Again, China already uses this. It will determine whether or not you get loans, whether you can own a business, and what your role in society will be. This is a mechanism of control. So why do I bring this up? This brings us to an article in what's happening in Boone County, Kentucky. Boone County Schools, a deeper 21st century learning experience. When they talk about deeper learning, you're going to hear this phrase a lot. It's actually referring not to your child getting a deeper learning experience, but the AI. Deeper learning refers to the AI getting quality data to better analyze the data. Again, when it comes to personalized learning, they're referring to your child being learned by the machine. And they'll actually, quote, say, your child doesn't learn the machine learns your child. So mid-article, when it's talking about this portrait of a graduate, this article states, this profile will clearly articulate the process that ensures learning in the classroom and beyond to the profile's elements. So what's the and beyond, okay? Go down farther in the article. Once completed, the Boone County Schools portrait of a graduate design will guide our next strategic planning. Starts with the state and federal legislation as framework, analyzing data on student and school performance. This also states the strategic plan will be a living document and guides decision making. So think about that. It's a profile, they analyze the data, and it guides decision making. Now this ties into the fourth industrial revolution. You can look that up too. But this is all about machine learning. And again, it's not your child learning the machine, it's the machine learning your child. And the yellow box in the article has design team meetings that it lists the dates where they're supposedly getting community input. This is really a farce because the design has already been created. You can go to portraitofagraduate.org. You can pull up all the information and see that the design is really the same. When they ask for community input, that's to get you to fill out surveys. It's to get you to believe that you actually had a say and get your buy-in. Look for the deception. They're really good at this. Ask yourself who benefits from this. Where is this data housed? Is it housed on AWS servers? That's Amazon, by the way. Who decides the scoring? Who's putting in the analytics and analyzing your child's information, not just on you, but on your family? And if you notice, they speak of the whole child approach. Why is it the whole child? So again, let's go to the source, portraitofagraduate.org. Stories of strategy for enduring transformation. They're talking about the fourth industrial revolution. They are also speaking of the school's strategic plan and their strategic planning. So this is not just pertaining to Kentucky. This is happening nationwide. It's actually happening on a global scale. But if you look at how they've set up their mapping, you can see communities of faith, business, community leaders, higher education, social service agencies, policymakers, students, educators, families, school leaders, district leaders, and school boards. All part of their plan. Also tells you who they're working with. Embracing the whole child. Again, they're just supposed to be educating our kids and then enlightening them and teaching them to live in the world. Civics have completely disappeared, and that's been something that happened a long time ago. But when they are talking about the whole child, they're talking about all their data, all their information. Then you have the stories of acceleration. So in this week's roundtable, district leaders shared their purposeful approaches and learning leaps. All of us experienced the pandemic in different ways, but none of us have given up. We are all trying new ways of learning. If you understand the Event 201 and how all this is unfolded, this is the Delphi technique. They have a system they want to implement, so we create the crisis to push society into our implementation of our plans. This was done by design. This is not by accident. Accelerating transformation together. Shifting the education system, Roadmap 21. Again, Agenda 21. Look that up. Shifting the role of the educator, the student experience. Advanced rural education. This is going to include everybody in the community. Those of you who live in smart cities, you're targeted first. Gives you people you can watch their podcasts, and I highly recommend that you do. I highly recommend you look up AWS K through 12 education. That's Amazon's selling pitch to house the data with Amazon servers. These are the partners. This is where this organization is getting their funding. So the Superintendents Association, the Chan Zuckerberg Initiative, Hewlett Foundation, and Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. Okay? Again, working with Jeffrey Epstein's friends on what to do with your child's data. So once you look up Portrait of a Graduate, it's going to pull up a bunch of information because, like I said, this is national. This isn't just happening in Kentucky as much as your superintendents will tell you. This is our strategic plan. No, it's not. It's nationwide, and global education is the goal. So this is going global. It is your job as a parent to be informed and to think that you're going to get honest information from narcissists and liars. It is a farce. You have to wise up and do the research, read between the lines, And once you realize where this is headed and that the data mining is leading to control, this is going to decide. You have the ESG score, social credit scoring system. This will determine whether or not your child gets a job. They can get a bank loan. If they shut down their banks, you've seen what Canada has done. And again, all of this was tested in China. So all you have to do is see what the educators are doing to the kids in China today. That is where we're headed.
The following acronyms, names, and titles were referenced in this video. As always, we encourage you to do your own research. You will realize our children are the target. We as parents need to step up now. Refer to our previous podcast, Protecting Your Child at School, for additional information regarding this initiative. And again, we need to protect our children.